quick. Hope everyone had a fabulous weekend. And let's make myself small. Okay, so I wanted to talk with you guys tonight. I'm not going to see anyone. There we go. About, I see like every day in my life as a mom of two boys, I feel like everything parenting wise is connected to coaching and vice versa. And I'm always like thinking of these little nuggets that apply to one or the other. And so I thought I would share those with you. So these are literally things that have come out of my mouth that I've said to my kids that also apply to coaching. First, I did want to go through and so our Success Club, I took this from the file in the team page. So if you didn't update it, I don't have your name and didn't put it on here, but Tammy, Erica, Meg, Mariah, myself, in SC at least 5 right now, Eric at 10, and then a handful of people over in on their way to Success Club. So there's still a week left, and hopefully maybe some things that I share tonight can help you put into action some things to get you there. So you just have to try, which is kindergarten talk for inaction breeds fear. If you guys have ever heard Mel Robbins talk about activation energy and the 5-second rule, starting is always the hardest part, and it's always the hardest part of anything, whether it's getting a car started or getting up out of bed every morning or starting to send those invites. Once you just try and once you start, everything just gets easier. The most energy you're going to use is by pushing yourself to get out of bed, to start the car, to start sending those invites. And so as you keep going and as you keep trying, you create that motivation, because we don't get motivation. We don't find or have motivation. We generate motivation. And as we go, that action breeds more action. And just the opposite, inaction breeds fear. So if you're sitting and you're putting things off and putting things off and putting things off, these fears and insecurities and whatever it is that's holding you back are going to become bigger and bigger and bigger. And so just pushing yourself to even do just one, or just, send out 5 invites a day. And chances are you're going to push yourself to do more. Just like, you say you need to motivate yourself to get your workout done. So you say, okay, I'm just going to do 5 or 10 minutes. And if I'm still not feeling it, then I can quit. But most of the time you're going to keep going after that, because you've gotten going, you've gotten that momentum going, and you're not going to want to stop. You want to keep going until you hit that goal. So we're going to be taking some action tonight too. So make sure you have a pen and paper ready. I want you to go send one invite right now to coaching or to your next challenge group. Like right now, I don't care. Hop on your phone. You can ignore me for a minute. Go send out one invite and share in the chat when you've done that. Oh, whoops. Treat others how you want to be treated, which is, golden rule, pretty much self-explanatory. Because we're in the people business, and I guarantee that, if you put yourself on the other side, this comes down, these are just like notes to help me remind myself, but if you put yourself on the other side of your invite, or as someone reading your post from the outside, does it sound like you? Is it how you would talk with your best friend? Would you respond to someone if you received that message or saw that post? When people don't necessarily, when we're just having this interaction on social media, we have to have this know, like, and trust factor before people will even consider, buying something from us or joining us. And so you have to be, posting and talking to people to make sure that they're getting to know you, and then they're going to start to like you, and eventually they're going to start to trust you. And when you're posting like you're talking to your best friend, or when you're posting with that thought in mind, like, okay, is this something that would attract me? Is this something that I would respond to? People are going to start responding to that. And eventually building that trust and, joining you. And when you actually invite them, they're going to be much more open to that because they've gotten to know you, they love you, and now trust you. And so taking action on this one, either do a self-audit or have someone else audit your social media. Have them go on your Facebook page, or you go through your Instagram feed, and read those posts out loud. Does it sound like something that you would say, or does it sound, robotic and like you're reading from a script or something? You want it to be real. You want it to sound like you're talking to your best friend when you're sending out invites. Is it something that you would actually say to someone? I know that's something that I've done, is like reading stuff out loud and thinking, okay, if I was actually talking to someone in person about this, would I actually say that? And so that's helped me. I take like a base invite, that someone has shared, and I can reword it a little bit to really just make it my own and make it more sound like me. So that is assignment number 2. I'm not reading the comments right now either, but I'll go back to them. Okay, if it doesn't work the first time, try again. Kindergarten talk for fail forward. Because if you're not failing forward, you're not trying hard enough, you're not doing anything that's going to actually move you forward. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. The only way to actually fail is to quit. Because if you're moving forward, if you're doing things, taking the steps every day to move forward, then you're making some sort of progress. It doesn't matter how slow you're going. But stopping isn't going to get you to where you want to be, whether it's your fitness or, the business. When something gets hard in your fitness, you hear of so many people like, okay, well, I'm just done. It's not working. And completely quitting, instead of saying, okay, yeah, it's hard, but if I stop now, I'm never going to reach my goal, rather than, okay, I'll get there slow, but I'll still get there. And so just really taking something from every failure and figuring out what you can learn from it, how you can do better. I did a whole call on failing and how I do it really well. And so you can go back to that if you want. But right now, I want you to write down something that you feel like you failed at, and then write down what you learned from it, or write down a lesson that you are going to take from it. And then commit to yourself, commit to us that you're going to do it better moving forward, so that you're going to try again tomorrow or the next day or next week. Give yourself a date, a specific time that you're going to try again, and you're going to do it better. Mind your own beeswax. So kindergarten talk for stay in your lane and be on your own journey. I feel like I've been reading High Performance Habits again, and I think clarity is one of the habits, and it's really important in this. Writing down your goals, being really clear on your vision for you as a coach and your business and your mission. And by being really clear on that, it makes it a little bit easier to ignore everything else. It can be hard when you're seeing all these coaches over here doing something, and then, there's a new program coming out that we have to do, and there's all these launches, and there's this and there's that, and it can get really distracting. But I would encourage you to just stay focused on what you can do right now, what you can control, not what you could or should or would be doing. but what you can do. Write down those things, those business building, income producing activities that you know you have to do every single day. I've started setting timers for myself, and I make a schedule. So I've got my planner every day. I haven't done it for tomorrow yet, but Mariah had said it on a call a while ago, how she schedules her day like hour by hour. And I was like, no, that's not for me. Like, that's too much work. But I started doing it, and it's a game changer. It keeps me focused on what I need to do. I don't touch anything until I have that stuff done. I set a timer on my watch and I do stuff. It's kept me focused on my things. And then it goes back to that momentum and creating motivation as I keep doing stuff. Then I keep I wanting to do more. I've felt more productive during my days. I get way more done. I've sent out more invites over the past few weeks since I started doing this than I think I have ever. And so getting really clear on what you want, what you need to do, and then doing it and ignoring everyone else. And so something that I've done that I've found is really has been really helpful is unfollowing other coaches or anyone that might trigger something in you that gets you doubting yourself or really distracted. But unfollowing other people that trigger that in you can be just really helpful in getting your own focus down. And you can always search them. They're probably always going to be there. You can search them if you're looking, for inspiration or whatever, and set aside specific time to scroll on social media, a limited amount of time, and set a timer. But really, to move forward, be focused on what you can do right now. So we've potty trained. We're getting ready to go to school, my oldest. And so he needs to know how to wipe his butt. And for some reason, he just doesn't want, he always wants us to do it for him. And so I'm always telling him, I know you know how to wipe your butt, so you just need to do it. And so this is kindergarten talk for there's no secret. We've given you everything we need to. Just do the things. It's the success leaves clues. We know what we need to do. Just do them. So those things are the 4 vital behaviors. Be a product of the product. Invite. Personal development, and recognize. So those are just easy peasy 4 things. You probably do at least 3 of them every single day. If you're doing your workout, drinking your shake, and reading or listening, boom, those are out of the way. And then be resourceful in the same breath. There are so many things out there between the back office, YouTube, Google, all of that stuff. You can find the answers to just about anything you want. And obviously your upline or your Star Diamond upline, Joan, any of the coaches on this team are great resources for, ideas or suggestions, or just knowing where to find stuff. But be resourceful. That's going to be a huge help to you in just taking responsibility for your own business and your own shit. Be consistent with it. So I want you to pick something that you're struggling with right now, whether for me personally, it's leadership, or maybe it's, running challenge groups and leading challengers, or productivity, and go Google that shit. Go YouTube it. You can search anything like Beachbody leadership or how to run a challenge group, and just be inspired by those things. Get some ideas. Have a few specific things that you're looking for, get those things, and then put them into action. Be resourceful. You know what to do. Now you just have to do it. Dude, chill. So kindergarten talk for remember why you're doing this. Focus on the whys and not the whats. So Joan has said this a lot, and I think from Andrea Crowder, and I've heard her say it too, but what would this business look like if it were easy and fun? Which I think it is anyway, but we forget because we get all caught up in the ranks and income and the trips and all this jazz. And it can be distracting from why we're really doing this. All those things are a byproduct of us doing, us working toward our mission, our vision, and our why. None of you probably started this so you could be, Success Club All-Star Legend. There's probably no one here who started coaching so that, you could go to a leadership retreat. Those are the things that come along. It's icing on the cake when we do what we started this business for, and that's helping people. That's getting results ourselves. That's helping other people get results. And that's changing lives for the better, healthy, more fulfilling, that whole mission. So between your why and me, I know we've done this a little bit on the past couple of calls, but write down, like, what does Success Club really mean to you? It's not just selling, 3 challenge packs. Like, what does that mean? What does that represent? That means you've come into 3 people's lives. You've helped bring health and good nutrition and exercise into 3 homes. You have, given someone, was Emerald, you've given someone the opportunity to change their life like we have through coaching, and you've introduced them to this community of people who are going to lift them up, and then Diamond continuing on with that. Those are just, my personally, but really just connecting with your whys, focusing on that. And what if, thinking about if this were easy and fun and not just focusing on the numbers, because then we get, caught up in that, and we lose that, I can't think of the word, not passion, but the sincerity, I guess. Sometimes when we get caught up in all those numbers, we, forget what we're really doing it for. We forget that there's an actual person on the other side of the computer. And so, just really keeping that in mind, writing it down every day, putting a Post-it up, whatever it takes to remind you to keep your why at the forefront. I guess that's it. I'll stop share. Questions, comments, suggestions, anything? Yay, everyone invited. Thanks, Joan. Thanks, guys. Anything? Anyone? Okay. Cool. Hope everyone has a good night.